Hello, it's Kathy at Nothing So Strange. I just filmed 12 minutes of me going through, going through, new releases, catalogs, and then I realized it was so long it couldn't be prologue to actually flipping through 2 decks. So, I might post that, I might not. I don't know. It might be boring. I want to talk about these 2 decks. I recently, as I've said a couple times, took out my list of decks and made check marks beside the ones that I'd never made videos about, and I'm really shocked that so many of my favorites are not on the I've made a video about it list. And it just turns out it's because I talk about them so much in VRs or in my little lives with Marilyn and whatnot that or big glorious lives, I should say, that I always assume I had. So these were 2 of my favorite decks. They're 2 of the ones I grabbed right away when I really started collecting. They're both by Nick Bantock. They're both by Llewellyn. The Archeo came out first. The River came out second. And I feel really pressed to talk about these right now because I think that the River might be going out of print. It is not on the Llewellyn website right now. I have seen it on a Toxic Billionaires site for about half off, I think. What's the regular price? Yeah, I think I saw it for like 14 something, so close to half off. Or it could be half off of it now. Like I say, I've had this a few years. Anyway, so I want to talk about these. These are great decks. I think, well, I'll do them in order, and I'll try not to take all day with it. These are just beautifully done. Nick Bantock is a artist and illustrator and author. If you remember the Griffin and Sabine books from the 90s, they're so beautiful, and it was a correspondence between 2 people, and to read the book you had to go to the page, there'd be an envelope, you'd open the envelope, you'd take the letter out and read it. It was so beautifully done. They're bestsellers. I haven't actually read them all. Anyway, so that's him. He has an Etsy shop. He has pages you can follow, various social media platforms. I think he's a fabulous artist. Anyway, so this is the Archeo, which is understanding and developing your archetypes. And my camera's height is not easily adjustable, so we're just going to have to go with this. The beautiful boxes. Absolutely beautiful boxes. Look at that. Ribbon. Sturdy blurb on the back. How about, in the interest of saving time, I hold this here for a minute, and then you can pause it and read it. But anyway, it's 40 archetype cards and beautiful guidebook. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to pause and cough. Okay, sorry about that. Beautiful guidebook. It has descriptions of the different archetypes, and he developed these to aid in self-reflection and whatnot. You could use them in a lot of different ways. So, and there's the the characters, layouts and spreads, which is really, very basic ways to use the cards. Anyway, enough of that. I don't like the cards. I want to look at the cards. So, these are the backs. Both these decks are, I guess you would say, glossy. And this came with 2 blank cards, so you can make your own archetypes. And they are just so beautiful. Oh no, look at that glare. Let me see if I can get rid of that glare. Okay. As I keep it over here, I think we're pretty good. So I'm just going to flip through this really quickly. Just grace. Notice that the titles are hidden on the sides of the card, so they're not obtrusive, but you can find them. Sage. It's up here. Reflector. Poet. Animus anima. Dreamer. Jester. Angel. Arbiter. Duende. And I think I'm saying that right. Look at that. Oh, I've lost the title on this one. Where is it? Falcon. Oh, I'm looking at it upside down. Falcon. Intimate. Fatalist. That's so interesting. Mobius. Look at that. Survivor. Inventor. Healer. Illuminator. Hypocrite. Moon cat. That's another one that I'm going to take a stab at. Hyreth. 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 Eccentric. Oh, another favorite. Awakener. Midwife. Alchemist. Magician. Shadow diver. iron. Stair limber. Star limber. Stair climber. Oh my god. I have morning eyes. I thought I didn't remember a stair limber. Okay, star climber. Strategist. Oh, I think this is such a lovely green man. Trickster. Lion. Metamorph. Observer. That's the cover picture. Wolf. Warrior. Wanderer. Innocent. Demon. Oh, they're so good. They're just so good. Okay, so that is the Archeo. Sorry to go through so quickly, but I do want to do both of them together. Star Climber. Mornings. Do you hear the deep sigh of the puppy behind me? Neglected puppy. Anyway, here's the river sailing the stream of consciousness. This one's 48 cards. And this one, this is the emphasis here. There aren't, they all have names, and everything's written up in the guidebook, but his point here is to get people to think with the images, not with the words about the images. Some of these look a little bit like the same style as the and look at this beautiful box. Some look in the same style as the Archeo. These boxes, the cards never quite fit right, if you ask me. But same style as the Archeo. Some of them are more his collage style that you see in some of his books. Some of them are much more painterly, still collages, I think. And so if you're the kind of person that gets mad when the words aren't all on the cards, this is not for you. It's funny, I haven't figured out why the book... Oh, look. I opened to the horizon. For some reason, when I flip through the book, it always opens to the words. Always. Isn't that weird? Don't know why. Probably just the way it's stitched together. But anyway, so everything's a image and a page of explanation. Image and a page of explanation. And unless I really slow down, I always pass by the images. So funny that. Anyway, these are divided into seasons. The cards are. So they are spring, summer, autumn, winter. And then he has suggested questions and some how to use this. But there's a lot about each card. But you will notice that the cards have a number, so you can find them in the book fairly quickly. But there's no name on any of the cards. And I am absolutely fine with that, especially given his point that this is supposed to be about relating to the images rather than the words, and also finding what you think is important in the images, which I think is great for an artist to say that. Hang on, sip of coffee. Used my mermaid mug today. How awesome is she? But like I say, not for everybody. Okay, let's get out of the glare again. I think the sun is moving. The glare is moving. Can I tilt a little bit more? Would it be better if I was over here? Why is my puppy shoving me? See if I can move the camera a little bit. Nope. Back. Maybe tilt this way. Alright, just gonna have to go with it. The sun's moving. And I'm just gonna flip through these 48 really fairly quickly. Sorry about the yikes. Sorry about that early morning glare. You'll see, this is what I'm talking about with the different styles we have. You know, something that's collage-y here. This is one of the ones that collaged, but more painterly in the execution. I just think these are amazingly beautiful. Sorry, had that upside down. Thought it looked funny. And he does use their images that are very personal to him. He said that he likes to use. So the suns with the faces, you'll see them a lot. Oh, I love that one. And I won't just strand you here with no, that is the last stand. And we have a little story. He is the only one left standing. Everyone else was taken by war, famine, and plague. Whew, that's cheerful. Slowly he mounts the steps of a narrow pillar. When he reaches the zenith, he slides his cane between his legs and rudely gestures towards the smudged and bruised heavens. I chose a good one to start with. It is his final statement of rebellion, a gesticulation from the last of a species acknowledging the absurdity in any idea of progress. Dissent. Goodness. And this one, this is the cover photo, so let's go ahead and read that too. That is the Reverie. And we've got, In frock coat and vermilion hat, he stands in his country estate, contemplating the good order of things, unaware that the sky has been leaking unruly objects through the small crack in the stratosphere. Whilst they are as yet unimportant, in time they will disrupt the status quo, and he and his kindred will forego their privilege and be cast back into the pile amidst the destitute. Superciliousness. Okay, they're not all bleak, y'all. I just randomly picked 2 bleak ones. He does have that face, doesn't he? Those are both winter cards, too. The seasons have different moods. Although, I should say, he is never just blindly happy about things. Even the abundance card is, like, oh yes, abundance, but. So, if you like that kind of layered meaning, you might like this. I do think there's more of a, I don't even know what to call it, more of a male energy. That's not the sort of lingo I usually use, but it seems appropriate here. And the images he uses and the archetypes he chooses. Now, see, this is very Griffin and Sabine era. It might even be taken from the book. I forget. But there is just, I'm going through these so fast. I should spend a lot of time with each so that you can see the beauty of the painting and the collage work and just the layering of the images. But I do actually have to start work at some point, unfortunately. So I need to make sure I log in on time. But there's just so much going on. Look at the layers there. Very uncomfortable. The puppy quit making noise because I let her get behind me on the chair and she's about shoved me right out of it. Look at that. He doesn't have a kind expression, does he? And again, painterly one. More collagey. Striking me good today. It's funny. I start looking at these and then I forget to look through the camera and make sure that I'm actually... Oh, that's the harpy. There's our links. I think that one's called The Road. Don't always remember the names, which I think is fitting for what he said the goal was. That's the chasm, I think, or the rift, something like that. The lightning striking, although we're looking at the branch of a tree, touching some lilies. Or maybe it's called the lightning tree. Is it the lightning tree or the lightning striking? I was looking at different decks that had lightning in them last night. What number are you? 6. Springtime card. The lightning tree. The lightning tree. Thunder echoes as the thunder echoes in the heavens, lightning flashes, gilding the sky. A tree bows its branch to a fragile lily. Thor's hammer speaks of strength and tenderness, teaching us the ways of humanity. We must learn to reach out and touch others with tenderness, giving the weak and poor their due and solace. Insight. Now see, I told you that some of them were quite positive, and I do think it follows the seasons a bit. Now here's the abundance card. I like this pairs. Okay, so I didn't show you the backs. Jeez. Here's the backs. Lovely. So yeah, that's 2 decks by Nick Bantock. The River and the Archeo. And like I said, if you like the River, snatch it up now, because while I have no official confirmation about that, sorry about that. It does look like it might be going out of print because it's not on the Llewellyn website right now, but it is still, I think, widely available online, so get it while you can. Thank you for watching this, and I hope everybody's having a lovely day. I hope everybody's heat broke like ours did this week. Yay. And although I think ours is going to come back, so I hope you're not all so unlucky. But have a lovely rest of the week, and I'll talk to you again soon, I hope. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.